Hi everyone, I'm Miu from Susan's family. Today I'll teach you the crochet method for the Dunhuang Halo Tote. There are two styles of the bag. Each style comes in both shoulder bag and handheld bag versions. Let's start with the shoulder bag. It's divided into striped fabric pieces, diamond pattern fabric pieces, motifs and accessories assembly parts. Let's start with the striped piece. It's divided into the bag body and the strap. First, crochet the bag body part. We will start with a foundation chain. Work back and forth in rows. The stitches used are chain stitches, single crochets and double crochets. Please watch my demonstration for the specific crochet method. Take out the corresponding yarn. The swatch is made larger to help you see clearly. Using cotton yarn for demonstration. Colors are chosen randomly. For specific yarn, color scheme and hook size. Start with a foundation chain. First make a slip knot. Adjust it slightly. Then crochet chain stitches following the chart. Mindful not to crochet the chains too tight. The swatch starts with a random number of stitches. This completes the starting chain. Next, crochet row 1. Read the chart from right to left. First, make one chain stitch. This serves as the turning chain for the single crochet. It doesn't count as one stitch. In the second to last chain stitch, pick up the top loop of the chain and crochet one single crochet. Chain 3. Skip 2 stitches and crochet 1 double crochet. We'll treat the stitches after the turning chain as one pattern A. Continue by crocheting another pattern A, which means crocheting one single crochet into the left side chain stitch. Chain 3. Skip 2 stitches and crochet 1 double crochet. Pattern A is completed. Continue crocheting the corresponding pattern A. Finish this row. Row 1 is done. We'll consider the side with the clearer texture as the right side of the piece. The side where the starting yarn tail is on the left-hand side. Continue crocheting row 2. Look at the chart from left to right. Start with a chain 1 to begin. Turn the work. Crochet 1 single crochet into the double crochet stitch underneath. Pay attention that on the wrong side, the stitches are on the upper left. Continue crocheting 3 chain stitches. Work 1 double crochet into the left single crochet stitch. You can see we've worked a pattern A on the previous row's pattern A. Continue picking up stitches and work pattern A correspondingly. Finish this row. Row 2 is completed. Move on to row 3. The method is the same as row 2. Start with a chain 1 to begin. Turn the work over. On the pattern A from the previous row. Work pattern A correspondingly. Finish this row. Row 3 is completed. For the following rows, crochet back and forth using the same method as rows 2 to 3. Finish row 5. You can measure the dimensions of the fabric piece now. Compare it with the measurements given in the chart. If there's a significant difference, you need to adjust your tension and recrochet to avoid affecting the finished product's dimensions. When counting rows, you can count these chain stitches. Continue crocheting back and forth. During the crocheting process, you might encounter a situation where one ball of yarn is not enough and you need to join new yarn. Here I'll demonstrate the method using a swatch. Tie a knot with the new yarn at the end of the existing yarn. Push it all the way to the bottom. Try to place the knot on the wrong side of the fabric. Then continue crocheting. You can slightly weave in the yarn tail. For positions where it's inconvenient to weave in the ends, you can leave the yarn tails and weave them in later along the texture. Everyone can weave in a few more stitches. Trim off the excess yarn tails. This is the method for joining yarn. Keep your tension consistent afterwards. You can also check the fit with the bag depth as you crochet. Once the last row is completed, the dimensions should roughly match. Finally, it's time to fasten off the yarn. Here I'll demonstrate the method for breaking the yarn using a swatch. Secure with a chain stitch. Pull up a large loop. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail, and cut it off. Pull tight. That concludes the explanation for crocheting the bag body. Next, let's move on to the strap section. There are a total of 2 fabric pieces. Both are crocheted back and forth on the bag body section. Please watch my demonstration for the specific crochet method. First, crochet one side of the strap piece. Place the bag body section with the right side facing up. Locate the middle position of the last row. Remember to check and match the number of pattern repeats on both sides. To prevent misalignment, join the yarn on the left side double crochet. You can make a slip knot. Pull the yarn through to create a loop. Adjust it a bit. Yarn joining is complete. Make 1 chain stitch. Crochet 1 pattern A on this pattern A. Continue matching and crochet 4 more pattern A. Row 1 is complete. Keep crocheting back and forth for the following rows. The crochet method is the same as the bag body section. Keep going until you complete the corresponding row count. Simply cut the yarn at the end. Everyone complete it. Continue crocheting the strap piece on the other side. At the previous yarn joining position. On the right side. Count 5 pattern A from left to right. Join the yarn on the double crochet stitch to the right of it. Then crochet pattern A on these 5 pattern A. Once done, row 1 is completed. Continue on these 5 pattern A for the following rows. Work back and forth on pattern A. Leave a yarn tail of about 1 and then cut the yarn. Everyone complete it. Look everyone, this is the swatch of the strap piece on the other side after completion. So the explanation of the stripe piece is finished. Next, we will learn the diamond pattern piece. It is divided into 2 parts, the main part and the lace trim. The main part is started with a foundation chain. Crochet back and forth along the foundation chain to create this pattern. Please watch me demonstrate the specific crocheting method. First, refer to the chart and start with a foundation chain. Then crochet the first row. Start with 3 chain stitches. This serves as the turning chain for the double crochet. It counts as 1 double crochet. Match it to the chain stitch below. Continue with 1 chain for transition. Work 1 double crochet in the 7th chain from the end. One chain stitch. Skip 1 stitch below. Correspondingly make 9 double crochets. After completing, make 1 chain stitch. Skip 1 stitch and work 1 double crochet. Repeat these 2 stitches twice. Continue by making 4 double crochets corresponding. Row 1 is complete. We will use the side with the clearer texture as the right side of the piece. Continue to crochet the second row. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn the work over. Begin from the left stitch, correspondingly make 3 double crochets. Mindful not to crochet into the stitch under the turning chain itself. 1 chain stitch. Pick up the chain space and work 1 double crochet. Repeat these 2 stitches twice. Continue crocheting 1 chain stitch. Work 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Skip 1 stitch. Correspondingly make 7 double crochets. One chain stitch. Continue picking up the chain space and work double crochet with 1 chain stitch as a bridge in between. After completing, work 1 double crochet into the turning chain. Here, pay attention to find the correct position. The second stitch from the left side of the edge, double crochet at the starting point. Is the chain corresponding to the turning chain? Then count upward to find the third chain stitch. Pick up 2 strands of yarn and insert the hook to crochet. If you can't find the exact position, you can also pick up the chain space to crochet. Row 2 is completed. Continue with row 3. Start with 3 chain stitches as the turning chain. Turn the work. Continue crocheting double crochets and chain stitches according to the chart. For the last double crochet, pick up the top 2 strands of the turning chain. Insert the hook and crochet. Row 3 is completed. For the following rows, continue crocheting back and forth according to the chart. After completing row 6, you can check the dimensions. After crocheting for a while, you'll notice the fabric forms a pattern like this. The chain spaces create staggered diamond shapes. And crochet in sequences of 10 rows each. For the last double crochet of each row, pay attention to find the correct position of the turning chain. Pick up the topmost chain stitch to crochet. After completing the last row, the height after folding should be about 4 cm taller than the striped piece. If there's a big difference, you can adjust your tension and recrochet the last few rows. Once the size fits properly, leave a yarn tail of about 1 meter for joining. Everyone follow the chart to complete it. That's all for the main part. Next, let's learn how to make the lace trim. Crochet back and forth on one side of the main piece. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crochet method. First, crochet the first row. Take the corresponding yarn on the right side of the main part. Pick up the beginning chain stitch on the left side of the last row. Join yarn into the chain space. Make 1 chain stitch to start. Then, correspondingly make 2 single crochets on the side of each row below. After finishing the first row's side, work 1 single crochet into the starting stitch. First row is done. Continue to crochet the second row. Make 1 chain stitch to start. Turn the work. Work 1 single crochet into the edge stitch. 6 chains. Skip 3 stitches and make 1 single crochet. 6 chains. Continue downward by making 1 single crochet every 3 stitches skipped, with 6 chain stitches as a transition between each. Finish this row. Second row is done. Finally, crochet the third row, make 1 chain stitch to start, turn the work. Work 7 single crochets into each chain space. Finish this row. After finishing the last space, leave a yarn tail of about 60 cm and break the yarn. The yarn tail length of the swatch is random. This completes the edging. The diamond pattern piece is also explained. Next, we will learn how to make the motif. Start with a magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Color changes are needed during the process. Finally, add some decorations. There are many new stitch techniques involved. All are marked on the chart, so we won't list them one by one here. Please watch my demonstration of the specific crochet method. Start with a magic ring. Then work the first round. Make 3 beginning chains as the turning chain. Work 11 double crochets into the ring. Check the stitch count after completing. Tighten the ring. Next, insert the hook into the top of the turning chain. Pick up both loops of the top chain stitch. Work 1 slip stitch. The slip stitch used to join at the end of the round doesn't count as 1 stitch. Tighten it up to prevent accidentally adding extra stitches later. The first round is complete. We'll consider the side with the clearer texture as the right side. Now continue crocheting the second round. Start with 1 chain stitch as the beginning chain. Work into the turning chain below. Work 1 back post single crochet. From the wrong side, pick up the turning chain from right to left. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through in once. The back post single crochet is complete. Continue working 1 back post single crochet into the left side double crochet. On the wrong side, pick up the double crochet from right to left. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through in once. The back post single crochet is complete. Work 1 chain stitch. We'll treat the stitches worked after the turning chain as one group. Repeat this group of stitches as shown. Complete this round by following the chart. Be mindful not to miss any chain stitches. Once the last chain stitch is done, work a slip stitch into the same stitch where the first back post single crochet was made. Work one slip stitch. Pull tight. The next round will require a color change. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail, and break the yarn here. The second round is complete. The fabric forms this effect. Move on to the third round. Join yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Make 3 beginning chains as the turning chain. Work 1 double crochet into the left stitch. Pick up the tail from the back and work it in. Work 2 double crochets into the chain space. Pick up stitches correspondingly and work double crochets. Work 2 double crochets into the next chain space. Complete this round. Finish with a slip stitch on the turning chain. Cut the yarn. Trim off the remaining yarn tails. The third round is complete. Now work the fourth round. Join yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Make 3 beginning chains as the turning chain. Work 3 double crochets into the same stitch. Complete 1 special double crochet that increases into 4 stitches. Chain 1. In the gap between the 2 double crochets on the left. Work 1 treble crochet. Yarn over the hook twice. Insert into the gap. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over one after another. Thread through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. The treble crochet is completed. Chain 1 and make a 4 chain picket. First, chain 4. Pick up the front loop of the stitch below. That's the front part of the stitch. And the left side of the next stitch. Work 1 slip stitch. Slightly tighten it. The 4 chain picket is completed. We'll call it 4 picket for short later. Continue with 1 chain stitch. We'll treat the stitches we've already crocheted as one group. Now, make another group. Start with the second stitch on the left side. Work 1 double crochet and make 4 double crochets in 1 stitch. That means working 4 double crochets in the same position. The double crochet increase, 1 into 4, is completed. Then chain 1. In the gap between the 2 double crochets on the left, work 1 treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. The treble crochet is complete. Next, work a 4 chain picket. First, chain 4. Pick up the front loop of the stitch below and the strand on the left side. Work 1 slip stitch. The 4 chain picket is done. Chain 1. The second group is complete. Follow the same technique for each group. Finish this. After completing the last group, slip stitch into the beginning chain and cut the yarn. Round 4 is complete. Continue to round 5. On the left side of the yarn tail from the previous round, join the yarn into the 4 chain picket hole. Chain 3 as the beginning chain. Chain 4 as a transition. Place 4 double crochets on the left side of the stitch. Work 1 treble crochet 4 together. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. First stitch completed. Continue with the second stitch. Yarn over twice. Insert the hook into the adjacent stitch. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Second stitch completed. Continue to correspondingly make 2 stitches. Finally, yarn over and draw through in once. Treble crochet 4 stitches together is completed. Continue with 4 chain stitches. Make 1 double crochet in the 4 picket hole on the left side. 4 chain stitches. Place 1 double crochet over 4 stitches. Work 1 treble crochet 4 together. First, correspondingly make 4 incomplete treble crochets. Finally, yarn over and draw through in once. Treble crochet 4 together is completed. This round is made by crocheting double crochets in the 4 picket holes. Place 1 double crochet over 4 stitches. Work a treble crochet 4 together. Chain 4 as a transition in between. Crochet the entire round following this method. On the beginning chain, pick up the slip stitch position and crochet accordingly. The stitches on the side are slightly puckered, don't miss any of them. After completing the last 4 chain stitches, finish with a slip stitch on the beginning chain. Make sure to find the correct position. Round 5 is completed. Now move on to round 6. Start with 1 chain stitch as the beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the slip stitch position. Make 5 single crochets in the chain space. Work 1 single crochet in the stitch. Follow this method and correspondingly make single crochets. Finish this round. Once everything is completed, join with a slip stitch in the starting single crochet to finish. Round 6 is completed. Since this color will be used again in the next round with an interval, we'll carry the yarn across here. Stretch the loop. Thread the fabric or yarn ball through the loop. Pull tight. Place it behind, and leave it for now. Continue crocheting for round 7. Attach the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Chain 1 to begin. Work 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Then pick up the stitches one by one and work single crochets accordingly. Finish this round. Finally, join with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. Round 7 is completed. Now work on round 8. This round will be worked into the back loops of the previous round, meaning the strand of the stitch that's away from you. Hang the yarn at the end of round 6. Find the slip stitch position from the previous round. Insert the hook into the back loop of the corresponding stitch and attach the yarn. Carry the yarn across at the back and keep it close to the fabric. Chain 1 to begin. Work 1 single crochet into the same stitch. Next, locate the beginning chain of round 5 below. Work 1 front post double crochet. Yarn over once. Pick up the beginning chain from right to left in front. Draw the yarn through. Mindful to elongate the loop. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops in sequence. Repeat twice. Once completed, the height should be roughly even with the right side. Front post double crochet is done. Continue to pick up the short back loops. Work 6 single crochets correspondingly. Next, on the 5th round, work a double crochet 4 together stitch. Pick up the middle 2 stitches. Work 1 front post treble crochet. Yarn over twice. From the front, pick up the middle 2 stitches from right to left. Draw the yarn through. Mindful to elongate the loop. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops in sequence. Repeat 3 times. Completed a front post treble crochet. Continue to pick up back loops and work 6 single crochets. Work 1 front post double crochet on the double crochet below. Yarn over. From the front, pick up this double crochet stitch. Work 1 double crochet. Completed a front post double crochet. Continue to pick up back loops and work 6 single crochets. On the middle 2 stitches of the DC4 tog, double crochet 4 together. Below, work 1 front post treble crochet. Yarn over twice. From the front, right to left. Pick up these 2 stitches. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 3 times. Completed a front post treble crochet. Continue to pick up back loops and correspondingly make single crochets. Mindful of a 6-stitch interval. Work 1 front post stitch. On the double crochet, correspondingly work a front post double crochet. On the treble crochet 4 together. Work a front post treble crochet. Complete this round. Complete this. Finish off with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. The 8th round is done. Next, work the 9th round. Start by making a knot. Loop it onto the crochet hook. Here, for a better texture appearance, don't make a starting chain. Begin on the left side of the previous round's yarn tail, working into the front post double crochet. Work 1 single crochet front post stitch. From the front, pick up the front post double crochets from right to left. Work 1 single crochet. The single crochet front post stitch is done. Next, work 8 chain stitches. Onto the left side of the front post treble crochet. Work 1 single crochet front post stitch. From the front, pick up the front post stitches from right to left. Work 1 single crochet. The single crochet front post stitch is done. This round is worked by picking up the front post stitches from the previous round. Correspondingly work single crochet front post stitches, with 8 chain stitches as transition in between. Following this method, complete this round. Complete this round. Finally, at the stitch where the round started, the single crochet front post stitch. Join with a slip stitch to finish. The 9th round is done. Move on to the 10th round. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Work 1 single crochet into the left chain space. 2 half double crochets. Behind the next double crochet, you'll need to switch colors. Here, first make an incomplete double crochet. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Pull the yarn through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The incomplete double crochet is done. Next, take the yarn that corresponds to the next bobble stitch. We'll call this one color 2. The previous yarn is called color 1. Tie a knot on color 1. Push it down to the bottom. Hang color 2 in place. Pull the yarn through. Adjust it a bit. This completes the double crochet, and the color change is done. The stitch remains the color of color 1. Next, use color 2 to work a DC3 bobble stitch. First, make 3 incomplete double crochets. Yarn over. Insert the hook. Wrap it together with color 1. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The first stitch is completed. Continue by making 2 more stitches. Since the next stitch requires a color change, switch to color 1 here to pull through. Just leave color 2 at the back. This completes the DC3 bobble stitch. And the color change is done. We'll simply call it a bobble stitch from now on. Continue with color 1. Work 1 double crochet in the same space. Remember to wrap color 2 into the stitch? All the yarns changed later need to be wrapped while crocheting. 2 half double crochets. 1 single crochet. We'll consider the stitches worked in this space as one group. Continue by working another group. First, work 1 single crochet in the left chain space with color 1. Hook 1 single crochet. 2 half double crochets. 1 double crochet and switch colors. The color change method is the same as before. First, make an incomplete double crochet. Then hang the yarn end of color 2 properly. Here you can slightly stretch the yarn. To prevent it from curling inside, make sure the fabric stays flat. Pull through. Complete the color change. With color 2, work 1 puff stitch. First, make 3 incomplete double crochets. Then switch to color 1 and pull through. Complete the puff stitch. Continue with color 1, work 1 double crochet. 2 half double crochets. And 1 single crochet. Group 2 is complete. Repeat this same technique for the following groups. Work the entire round. After completing the last group, join with a slip stitch to the starting single crochet stitch. Leave a small tail of color 2 and cut it off. Weave in the ends on the wrong side. You can weave in a few more stitches. This completes round 10. Now move on to round 11. First, carry the yarn across to the puff stitch on the left side of the previous round. First, handle the yarn tail. Then join the yarn at the corresponding position. Make sure the carried yarn lies close to the fabric. Make one beginning chain to start. Work one single crochet in the same position. Then work the front post stitch of the single crochet on round 9 on the left side. Hook one front post triple crochet. Yarn over 3 times. From front to back, pick up the front post stitch from right to left. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops one by one, repeat 4 times. The front post triple crochet is completed. Continue with 7 chain stitches. On the previous front post single crochet, hook one front post triple crochet again. Yarn over 3 times. From front, pick up the front post single crochet. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops one by one, repeat 4 times. The front post triple crochet is completed. We'll count the stitches after the beginning chain as one group. Repeat this group of stitches to finish the round. After completing the last group, join with a slip stitch to the starting stitch and cut the yarn. Round 11 is completed. Continue to crochet round 12. Attach yarn in the chain space on the right side of the previous round's yarn tail. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 4 double crochets in the same space. One ch3 picket, chain 3 picket. First, make 3 chain stitches. Pick up the front loop of the next stitch below, and 1 strand from the left. Work 1 slip stitch. The ch3 picket, chain 3 picket, is completed, hereafter referred to as 3 picket. Work 5 double crochets in the same space below. Pick up in the chain space of the previous round. Correspondingly work a group of stitches like this. Complete this round. Finish with a slip stitch on the beginning chain. Cut the yarn. Round 12 is completed. Now work round 13. Start by making a knot. Place it on the crochet hook. Work a front post single crochet around the double crochet on the left side of the yarn tail from the previous round. Work a front post half double crochet in the next stitch. Yarn over. Pick up from the front side of the double crochet. Work a half double crochet. The front post half double crochet is completed. On the left side of the double crochet, work another front post half double crochet. Yarn over, pick up from the front side of the double crochet. Work a half double crochet. The front post half double crochet is completed. Work a front post double crochet in the next double crochet. 1 picket of 2 chains. First work 2 chain stitches. Pick up the front loop of the stitch below and the left side with 1 thread. Work 1 slip stitch. The picket of 2 chains is completed. Later referred to simply as 2 chain picket. Next, on the left side of the 3 chain picket below, pick up the corresponding double crochet and work 1 front post double crochet. 2 front post half double crochets. One front post single crochet. Then on both sides of the single crochet in the 11th round below, work 2 front post double treble crochets like this. Work 1 front post double crochet. Pay attention to pick up both stitches together from the front and crochet. We will treat the already crocheted stitches as one group. Repeat this group of stitches to complete the entire round. Note that each group in the previous round should skip the first and last stitch. Finally, join with a slip stitch and cut the yarn. Round 13 is completed. The fabric forms a layer like this in the front. Next, work round 14. First, join the yarn at the gap between the 2 groups of double crochets in round 12. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same position. Three picots on the left side. On the 2 double crochet stitches on both sides. Work 1 single crochet on each. Chain 3 as a transition on both left and right sides. Continue down and work corresponding single crochets using this method. Chain 3 in between. Finish this round. Pay attention to the gap between the two groups of stitches. Don't miss this stitch position. Finish with a slip stitch. Round 14 is completed. Now work on round 15. Start at the chain space on the left side. Work one slip stitch as a transition. No need to pull tight. Make 3 beginning chains. Work 3 double crochets in the same chain space. Work 1 double crochet in the left stitch. Work 2 double crochets in the next chain space. One picket made of 3 chains. And 1 double crochet. Work 1 double crochet in the stitch. Work 4 double crochets in the left chain space. Then work 1 front post double crochet on the front post double crochet from round 13. Work 1 front post double crochet. Right here. We'll treat the stitches after the slip stitch as a group. Then follow this group's crochet method for the rest. Refer to the chart to complete this round. Finish with a slip stitch. You can put the motif on the striped piece to check the fit. The diameter should be roughly the same as the height of the bag body. If there's a big difference, adjust your tension and recrochet. Once the size fits well, leave a yarn tail of about 1 meter and cut the yarn. This completes round 15. Make sure to secure any short yarn ends that weren't finished. Once the crocheted motif part is done, next, secure the accessories, including the central metal flower, the Marquise rhinestone and the beads. Watch my demonstration for the specific securing method. Start by securing the central metal flower. First apply a bit of glue to the center of the pistil. Place the corresponding pearl horizontally inside. Make sure not to leave the hole exposed. Then apply a bit of glue to the bottom of the flower. Glue it onto the center of the motif's front side. Press it down, and let it dry. The central metal flower is now done. Next, secure the marquise rhinestone. Colors vary depending on the colorway. The swatch has random colors. Here you can use glue to fix it on the front side. At the junction between the 4th and 5th rounds. If you want it to be more securely fixed, you can also secure it with yarn. Let me demonstrate the method here. Take the corresponding yarn. Refer to the chart for specific yarn used. Or choose based on your preference. Pull 2 strands through a thin needle. Make sure the needle can pass through the holes. Tie a knot at the yarn tail. Place the marquise rhinestone at the corresponding position. Secure both the top and bottom holes. You can secure it an extra time. Once confirmed secure, tie a knot on the wrong side. You can now transition to the next position. Continue securing. Follow this method. Secure around the entire circle. Finally, tie a knot and weave in the ends on the wrong side. Try not to show any visible stitches on the front side. Complete this step. That's all for explaining how to attach the marquise rhinestones. Finally, secure the beads onto the last round. Take the corresponding yarn. The swatch has random colors. Take 4 strands and weave them into a thin needle. Tie a knot at the yarn end. Locate the 3 picket stitches on the last round matching the marquise rhinestone. Secure the yarn on the wrong side. Secure 1 large wool bead at the tip of the picket. Pay attention, different colorways have different colors. The swatch has random colors. Then carry the yarn across through the fabric. Exit at the next 3 picket stitch position. Thread through the large will bead and the small will bead. Then thread back through the large will bead. Adjust the tension. The following 2 picket positions will be done this way. This is the bead securing method. Secure alternately. Carry the yarn across through the fabric. Once completed, tie a knot on the wrong side and weave in the ends. Everyone finish it up. That concludes the explanation on securing the accessories. The explanation on the motif is also done.